Hi, girls. Hi, girls. Hi, Karen. Hello, everyone. I hope everyone didn't blow away today. Trying to figure out how Hi, Joanne. I know I have a few friends that can't make it tonight, so we'll get going here shortly. Trying to get my picture a little bit more in the center and not crooked. Oh, Lord, that's worse. Okay, let's see how that goes. Hopefully better. Okay. Make sure you have your kits with you. And we will get started. That's pretty good. We'll go with that. Hi, Deb. Hope everyone is doing well. I miss you guys. Of course. Was hoping by now we could get back together again, but no, it's worse now. Alrighty, I'm going to get going. I'm going to talk about the items to remember here on your agenda, and then we'll go into the two projects that I have planned, and then I have a few projects to show you that I've been working on. Alrighty? Okay, for the first one here, this is, I still have demos that might not know about it or might have questions about it, so I wanted to make sure that I made this as clear as I could tonight. For those of you that don't know, the Stampin' Up! Has redone their entire website and everything. And because of that, they're now using some new software. And because of that, we need to go back in and sign our Independent Demonstrator Agreement, which is the IDA. And we need to do that. And if we don't, come December, you will not be able to use your password when you go in to make an order. Okay, hi Deb. So let me show you very quickly what you have to do now. I have talked about it a little bit here, but I'll show you exactly what I mean here. So I'm going to go right on to my website, hopefully here, and I'll hold it up close so you can see what I'm doing. Oops, that's me. All right, so let's go ahead. So all you're going to do is, okay, you're going to go to Stampin' Up. All right. Then you're going to go and sign into your back office. All right. Everybody okay so far? Okay, the easiest way I have found to do this is once you get into your back office, you just want to scroll down to where the current updates are. And this is where they have all the different dates over here on the side, and then the specific update. I want you to scroll down to the October 20th weekly update. Okay, so you can see it right there, October 20th weekly update. You're just going to click on that. Then all the updates will come up here, and then you're going to just go down till you find the one that talks about the updated independent demonstrator agreement. Okay, everybody following? Give me a thumbs up or a heart. Okay, once you get to this, it tells you right to click here to review and update your IDA. So you're just going to click on the word here, and it's going to go to this. Now I've already updated mine, but if you hadn't, there would be a place where you'd have to make a check mark and then save it. And that's it. That's the entire process. So it's very easy. At first I thought, oh dear, what is this going to involve? But it is super, super easy. Okay, so let me go back one more time. Okay, you're going to go to hold on. Let's go back to here. Okay, you're going to sign in on your demonstrator site. Then you're going to scroll down to the current updates and go to the October 20th update, weekly update. Click on that. Scroll down again till you get to the update about the independent demonstrator agreement. Then right within that first paragraph, there's a place that says click here. Click on that. It'll come up with a copy of the new demonstrator agreement, and I don't have on the tip of my tongue what the changes are. I could get that for you if you're interested. It's very minor things. It's really just because of the new software and then some changes in our benefits and things like that. So then once you get to this, you will have to scroll down to the bottom of it. There will be a place to check, and then you just click save. And that's all that it takes. Okay, but you want to do that by the end of November, because on December 1st, you may have difficulty using your password to get into your back office. So I just wanted to make sure you understand that. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to message me or whatever. It can be very confusing, and if you're not working on a iPad and you're on a laptop, it could be a little different as well, or on a phone. But that's all it takes. It takes 2 seconds to do, but you really need to get it done by November 30th. Alrighty, so if you have any questions on that, please let me know. Alrighty, today, as in November 2nd, it's the last day to pre-order the Curvy Celebrations bundle, and we're going to be talking a lot about that today. But starting tomorrow, it will be available to all customers as well. All right. And then a paper pumpkin reminder for November. It is a Jolly Gingerbread is the name of the paper pumpkin. I have not seen any sneak peeks or anything, but I'm sure it's amazing. And if you want the Jolly Gingerbread, you need to have that in by November 10th. November 10th. All right, now, believe it or not, we're going to talk a little bit about the new mini catalog that's coming out. The January to June mini catalog, which we used to call the Celebration catalog, That is going to be available on the 10th on our demonstrator site. So you can go in on your demonstrator site and see that on the 10th of November. This weekend is the on stage, and it's going to be a virtual on stage this month. Dory and I will be attending. It starts Thursday and goes through Saturday. We will get a look at the new catalogs. We will share any excellent information and exciting news with you guys, of course. And then the mini catalog will be available to everyone, just the electronic one on the 10th. Okay, then right here it says, shortly after the PDF posts, a complimentary copy of the catalog and the celebration brochure will be sent to you, standard shipping. So you will get a free hard copy as well. Okay, those will be sent as soon as the PDF goes on. The goal is to get catalogs to every demonstrator during the pre-order period. Okay, so the pre-order period for us will be in December, in November. Okay, so they want to try to get those into our hands before the pre-order period begins. Okay, with the complimentary catalog happening so close to the holidays, they're sending the catalogs a little early so that we get them on time. Okay, and if you don't get your complimentary copy by the 17th of December, contact demonstrator support. All right, so it's hard to believe that we're thinking about that, but we are. And I know I have listened in on some of the leadership meetings, and there will be 2 sets of celebration this year. There'll be one at the beginning of the catalog and one at the end. We don't really know how that looks as far as dates and things, but they're going to do it a little different. Last year, they do a big one at the beginning, and then maybe a month later, they'd throw in some additional items, but this is going to be beginning and end. So they're doing a lot of different things with this. So as soon as I get any more specific information about that, I will let you know. Okay, because we should hopefully get more specifics about that this weekend. And that's it for the celebration for now. SU is also aware of the concerns, the Boeing concerns with the magnetic cutting plate. Now, I did not get the magnetic cutting plate because I wanted to see how it went with other people. But apparently it's having some challenges because the magnetic plate is almost the same as this as far as thickness. Okay, if you remember the magnetic plate that we had with the old one, it was big and thick and it was like the platform. But this one, apparently they've been having some issues with it getting bowed, just like the regular sandwich cutting plates do as well. So they are trying to do some testing and research to figure things out, and they expect the process will take a while. So if you have not, you have, yep. There are some people that are on YouTube that have some ideas to help with it. But hi Marie, welcome from North Carolina. I was just down there in Asheville this weekend and it was cold. But it's not much better here anyway. So we're having a lot of wind. But welcome, so great to see you, Marie. But as far as this point, they're not taking any returns or anything. They're just going to do some research and come up with a decision and then go from there. I will keep you posted on what happens. All right? Okay. And then the last one I kind of talked about a little bit already. The virtual on stage begins Thursday, and I'll be attending, and I'll let you know about all the new goodies as soon as possible. Anyone else? Who else is attending the on stage this week? Let me know in the comments. I'm not going to be able to watch all of it at regular time, but you can always go back and see the recordings. I have some errands to run, and then I also have my volunteering on Friday morning. Oh, Deb's going, good. All right, great. So I'm excited about it. we've gotten a little bit of a sneak peek with the dragonfly, and I'm hoping to get some really great sneak peeks. All right, so next thing I want to talk about here is the Curvy Celebration. And I found this handout on the back office. And this gives you a lot of information about it. I don't know if any of you have already bought the Curvy Celebration, but let me give you a little bit of an understanding of how it works. Okay, this has been available to us for a while. Okay, starting tomorrow, it will be available to customers. Okay, so what it involves is the Quite Curvy stamp set. That's this one here with the birds. And that one goes with the curvy dies. So those two go together. Let me see, I think I have mine here somewhere to show you. So here is the Quite Curvy, and this is a photopolymer set, okay? And then these are the curvy dies that go with it, and I'll show you a little more about those in a bit, okay? And then also, in addition to that, you can buy the Curvy Christmas. So there's one stamp set that goes with the dies that is specific to Christmas, okay? And then another item that you can get to make it into a Quite Curvy variety bundle, you can get the cardstock that comes with it. And let me show you some of that. The colors for the cardstock are Sahara Sand and Shaded Spruce and Cherry Cobbler. Okay, and there's like 8 different designs in all 3 colors. Okay, and if you look right here, there's 48 sheets. Okay, for each of 4 different designs. It's 4 different designs, but double-sided. Okay, so you get 48 sheets. It's a 6x6 pack, and the colors are Cherry Cobbler, Sahara Sand, and Shaded Spruce. Okay, the Christmas portion of this bundle will only be available this month. Okay, the other portion of the bundle will be available and ongoing, and it will be in the new catalog, the mini that's coming out. Okay, so if you are interested in these pieces, you'd want to buy them before the end of the month. Oh, really? Yeah, I didn't have that trouble. Yeah, you want to be careful because it's a very, let me show you that. It's a super long stamp. Okay, here they are here. Here's the trees. You just don't want to pull from one end because it's really long. And you know how these are very sticky. So yeah, you want to be careful when you pull them. But they're the regular photopolymer. You just have to be careful because they're super, super long. Okay? So let me go ahead and show you. I made this little chart here to show you how the different dies look. Okay, so at the top there is this die here. Okay, so I took just a rectangle of paper and then I put this on there and ran it through the Big Shot. And so this side is going to have that pretty, I don't know what that is, design, and then the other side will be blank. Okay, and that's what I use this one for. And you want to look and see, if you look here at this bottom here, you can see that's where the cutting blade is. So it's going to cut below the little design. Okay, so that's one. And then this one is right here and is just dots. Okay, and you want to be attentive to where that little cutting line is, because that's going to let you know what side of the paper will have the dots on it. Okay, so this one just puts the little dots on it like that. Okay, and then this one I ran through, it's little ivy. Okay, and what it does, it just cuts out the little leaves like that. Okay, but it can also be, you know, paired with some of the other curvy ones because it has the same shape. I have some cards that I'm going to show you that have that. And then it has this little die that just cuts out a little stem there. Okay, so those are the different curves you get with the set. Okay, and then the rest of the dies just cut out the pieces here. Okay, the die cuts out this, the die cut, they have got dies for all of the birds. Okay, and then there's a die for this tiny little stem right there, and also for this little flower. Okay, so that's what the dies cut out. I just wanted you to get a good understanding of that. Okay, none of the dies in this set cut out any of the Christmas ones. At least I don't think so. The Christmas has the trees, the stars. Yeah, none of these are cut out by the dies. Okay, this was just kind of thrown in as an extra Christmas option if you wanted that. Okay, now let me show you some of the cards I've come up with, and then we'll go ahead and put our sample together. Okay, let me see here. Let me know if you have any questions about any of the cards or any of the parts of this set. Okay, I think it is an amazing set. I think it's really, really unique. And because these are photopolymer, you can really kind of bend them a little bit so that they, you know, curve right along with your paper. All right, so let me show you a couple of cards here. I'm going to first show you some that I made with the Christmas, the Curvy Christmas. Here's one I made with the Curvy Christmas, and here I did some of the strip, that technique I did long ago. Not long ago, but a few months ago, putting the strips on here, and I just did that on the back section of the this piece for the front, and then I just took a piece of white, Whisper White, and used this, okay, this curvy die, and cut it off right at there. Okay, and then I was able to use the Thinking of You at Christmas. You can see how that follows right along your curve. Added a little bit of the cherry cobbler twine, and then a couple of little embellishments. So there's one for Christmas. This one I went into a little more detail and have a lot more layers. This takes a little bit of practice, but it is not hard to do. The one we're doing this evening is just the one layer, but once you get an idea of how to do it, it's real fun to make the different layers. You can see here I used the layer with the pretty, is that a filigree? That's what I'm going with. Okay, the filigree design there. Then I had 2 layers with the dots, and all you do is kind of adjust the position of the curve, and it'll make your different variety of curves. Okay, and each of these pieces I just kind of slid underneath this piece here until I got to the bottom, and then this one was the final one. What I have found works the best is to cut yourself a 4 by 5 1/4 panel for the front and work on that, and then go ahead and adhere that to the front of your card. And then I used some of these little bows here at the bottom. So that's another one. Here's one that I used, and I just used the filigree on top and bottom, and then I used the stars, and I embossed those with gold. So that's another one. May your days be merry and bright. Use the star design of the paper. Remember, the paper is the shaded spruce and cherry cobbler. So that's another one using that. All right, let's see what else I have here. Most of these are non-Christmas. All right, so I think that's all that I have for Christmas. Those are just 3 examples. And then I wanted to show you some of the examples for the non-Christmas. Okay, Here's one I made, You're One in a Million. I did use the Christmas paper here, and I did use the Christmas stamp, but then I just kind of played with the different orientations of the curve and just kind of layered them on top of each other. So that's one with the little bird. You know I would love this with the bird. So I got that one, has the bird. This one I copied from an artisan page, wishing you the happiest of birthdays, and then you open it up like that, lots of birds. And this is on the Seaside Spray paper, I love that. So what I did here is I cut one just on the Seaside Spray strip or flap, and then I put a strip of Whisper White having the curve right about at the same position. So that's that one. I thought that was pretty. And then I used the small little stem there, branch, and I just did some tone-on-tone stamping there. So that's that one. This one, I brought in the little boughs from the set. Here's Quite Curvy. I brought in these, and I put 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom. And then this embossing folder here is from the Flowers for Every Season bundle. Okay, and I used the purple posy, and then a little bit of the thread. Really pretty. I love the subtle colors, but these are really cute, the little boughs that come with it. I have a couple of other ones. Now this one's very similar to the other one I showed you, but I wanted to make this one so I could show you the little ivy leaves. So I put a little piece of the Just Jade cardstock underneath here so you could see the ivy. Okay, so you can see how that would come through there. You could also run the die through the Big Shot with the Just Jade paper and then glue them all in there, but that sounds very, very difficult and time consuming. So I just laid it over a piece of the Just Jade cardstock, and then I just added a piece of this DSP is from the Forever Flourish, whatever that's in the main catalog, because it had the Just Jade color in it. So this is real similar to the other one, but I just wanted to give you a chance that you could see what the ivy looked like there. All right, let's see. This one here, ooh, something fell, that's not good. This one here, I used the embossing folder again. I love that. This one I used the little ivy up here. Now all this is colored with blends, and then I just used the curve with the filigree right there, and then all this kind of rested on top of it. And then I'm Thinking of You Makes My Day. There's just so many options with this, and once you start to play with it and get an understanding of how it works, it's not that hard. Because what I did here is I took the large panel with the posy, and then I just cut the same size panel with the green. I can't think of the name of it for now. Then I used my die and cut that there. Soft seafoam, yep. And then I just glued it on top. So it's really not that hard. It doesn't take like real difficult measuring. Okay, so that's that one, some little birds on there. And then this one I went with a vertical curve instead. And this one I used the dotted curve here. And then these are those little flower boughs that I used on this one here. Okay, and just did them vertically and then used the little blue bird. I love them. I love the birds, so it's real fun for me to make these. So these are just a couple of samples that I wanted to show you, and also to give you a little bit of a heads up, Dory and I are going to have, I wrote it on my, here, okay. Dory and I are going to do a Curvy Celebration class on 11/18. That is a Wednesday, and we're going to do it in the evening during our What's New Wednesday time. But we're going to start at 8, and we're going to show you some options that you can make using the Christmas and also using the Quite Curvy. So if you want to stick around for that, we have many of you on a Wednesday night anyway. You can join us. It's a free class. It's just to get you some inspiration about the bundle if you're thinking about buying it. So you could always join us for that. All right, are we ready to put our first card together? Let's do it. I did most of the stamping, so this one is not going to take too long to put together. This is the final copy or final sample, how it looks. Okay, and I love the Magenta Madness. And I found paper from the flowers of for every season, 6x6 stack, and that's what I used in your sample pack. So you can grab your card kit and just pull everything out. Hopefully we got everything there. Lots of good static. Don't forget your little dot and your little bird. There we go. All right, super simple card. I think it's a great design to get yourself started. Go into your stash and find some paper, some printed paper that you love. Okay, and then this would be a great card to put together and just get an idea of how it works together. So we're going to start here with this white, Whisper White, folded right in the center. I'm going to go ahead and crease my score line. Then I'm going to go ahead and grab my piece of Magenta Madness. How many of you ladies are using this paper? Okay, so, well, if you can't make it, Lisa, we always record it. You know that. But it might give you some good ideas. I know you already have the bundle. All right, so then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my Stampin' Seal Plus and I'm going to put a little bit on the back of my Magenta Madness panel here. It goes right on the front, and this is at 4 by 5 1/4. Okay. Now you're going to grab your piece from the flowers for every season. Some of you will have stripes, some of you will have flowers, but it's all going to match. It's all good. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to, when you adhere it to your card front, you want to make sure that you have the Magenta Madness border around the outside. Don't put it all the way down at the bottom of your Magenta Madness. You want to make sure you have a nice border all the way around. And then you can go ahead and take whatever your adhesive is of choice and go ahead and adhere that to your card. Okay, so there we are so far. Now what I did here is I took this panel here is let's see, 3 3/4 inches wide. Okay, so you want to make sure this is the same, because when you lay these down like this, okay, you want to have the same amount of border around the top as well. And what I did with this was cut it with the dotted one here. Now remember, this is the cutting line, so that's where the paper will be cut. So if you want the dots on your paper, you got to make sure to put the cutting blade at the bottom of your paper. So that I use that, cut that out like that. Then let me show you. You can tell I use this one in the pink first, and this is the photopolymer stamp I used. Okay, there's several of them here. This is a great set, and you can position them a little bit and so that they're right where you like them as far as the curve. Okay, so all you need to do next with your Whisper White panel is put a little bit of your adhesive on the back of that, and just remember to slide it up and don't get anything like that on. I've been stamping all day and I just got up on there. Okay, so there is our card so far. Now I brought in, these are cut with So Saffron, And I just cut them using the medium daisy punch. Or is it the small one? Yeah. So you just want to put a little bit of adhesive on either one, and then you want to make sure when you glue them together that they are, the top petals go between the bottom petals, so then you'll have a fuller little daisy there. And then, this is little, I took my 1/4 inch circle punch and made my daisy center. Okay. And then what I did with this, I actually took one of the leaves off, but that's really up to you. And then I kind of messed with my leaves a little bit so they had kind of a vein down the middle just to give them a little more dimension. Then I actually even tore a little bit of the bottom off. I just left it with that. Okay. Then I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive on the bottom. On the back. And then there goes my daisy. A little bit of adhesive on my leaves. This is, of course, uses the leaf punch, one of my faves. And then I'm just going to slide it in like that and then just push down so it adheres. Okay. Now, last thing we have to do is our little bird. And what I'm going to do for this bird, I'm going to use my ivory. This is an ivory blend. I'm going to color in my bird with the ivory, leaving a little bit of his belly white. Then I kind of go back and do a little bit of shadowing. And then I have my little, oops, let's do it this end. This is my light flirty flamingo. You can pick any pink you like. And I just kind of filled in his belly like that. Then I'm going to grab, don't have my mini dimensionals right here, so I'm going to make myself one and put it on the back. And then he will go right here in front of the flower. So there is your first, just to give you an idea of a kind of a basic design that you can try yourself using the Curvy Celebration bundle. Yes, I do like the fonts as well, Cheryl. They always do so well with the fonts and everything. Just love it. So any questions on that one? Pretty simple. If you look on your, let's see, the Curvy Celebration. Yep, I listed all the different parts, pieces of the bundle. There's 4 items if you go for the variety bundle, or if you're just going to get the ones for the spring or the mini catalog, January to June, that would be the 2 pieces, the quite curvy and then the dies that go with it. So it's really up to you, whichever you like. I love them all. Big surprise, I know. All right, so let's go ahead and put that away for now, and we're going to work on a cute little 3D item. Okay, this is our item we're going to be working on today. I love this, quick and easy. If you need gifts for coworkers or neighbors or anything like that, this is a great option because it's really not even a bag. It's a strip of paper that we are going to hold together with a belly band. So it's really quick and easy to make. It uses these Via Instant Starbucks. These are, I got mine at Target. I know they're available in other places, but coffee just seems like a great gift that everybody loves. So I use the Toile Tidings paper, And then this is from the Merry Moose, but you can use whatever you have. If you don't have the Merry Moose and you have something that has a Merry Christmas, you can certainly use that. So this is really quick and easy, and I'll show you exactly how to make it. Okay, so you should have one more little kit with your goodies. And I did put all the measurements for these pieces on your agenda. So if you want to reproduce these, you'd be able to do that. But you're going to be amazed how easy and fun these are to make. Okay, so I'm going to bring this over so I can read the measurements here. Okay, I started with a piece of, let's see, crumb cake cardstock that measures 2.5 by 11. Okay, so if you think of an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, you're just going to hold it in portrait mode and then just cut down 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, so you can get a lot of these out of one piece of paper. Then it was scored at 5 3/8 and 5 5/8. So it's just 1/8 on each side of the center, just to make a little bit of a gusset there like that. Okay, so that's really all, that's what's going to hold your little coffee. All right, now, before we go ahead and put it together, we're going to take our panels of Designer Series paper. Now, be careful, just because I know, because I did it. You want to make sure you keep them both so they're facing the right way. Okay, so one will be upside down. If you have it laying like this, you want one right side up and one upside down. And then when you put your coffee together, they'll both be in the right direction. I hope that makes sense. I know, Lisa, I love it too. Toile is where it's at. And remember, you can always change and make these red if you'd like to. That's what I love about this paper. You can make a variety using red. And this is real red and garden green are the colors for this. So you're going to take your panels, and the panel up here, you're going to look and find the area there, and that's going to go right inside that panel. Then you're going to have that tiny little panel in the center there. That's going to be the part that is going to be a gusset for your treat bag. And then you're going to take the other one, remembering to put that one on upside down. Not going to tell you how I remember to do that, but sometimes that's the best way to learn. Okay, so now you have, okay, your little treat holder. Now, the way we get our treat holder to work is we are going to make a little belly band, and we're going to use the garden green, okay? And this garden green belly band is cut at 3 by 5 3/4 inch, scored at 1/2 and 3 1/8. Okay, so just take your belly band, and you can take your bone folder and just fold over your score lines, and you can see how exactly it's going to come together. Okay, so if you like, you can use your stamp, your Seal Plus, or I'm going to go ahead and grab my tear and tape here, and I'm going to put that right down on there. And now what I'm going to do is just fold this over and make it like a little belly band. Okay, so let's see. Going to take that off, and then I'm just going to fold this over and push down, and that's going to be your little belly band. So how you put this together here, you're going to take your Via Instant, and you're just going to put it right there inside your folder that you made. Ooh, I could use a little bit of glue there. Hold on. I'm sticking up. Didn't get it close enough to the bottom with the tear and tape. Let me put a little bit of glue in there. That's better. Okay, now you're going to take your Via. You're going to go ahead and put it inside your folder. And you want to kind of squish it so that it kind of distributes itself equally inside the package. Then you're going to take your little belly band, okay? And you're going to take it over the coffee and then carefully put in the ends and work your way down. Now this takes a little bit of doing because we don't want it to fall apart, and you want to make sure you're on the outside of the toile, okay? And just kind of wiggle it down. Okay, mine is stuck because of the stickiness from the, you don't want to get it on the wrong side of the place where you glued it together or it will stick. There we go, that's better. And then you just slide it down to the center of the front panel like that. And so it's closed enough and it's tight enough that it's going to stay and hold together kind of like a box. But I like the idea because it's a lot easier than a box to make, but it's also very fun to make. All right, so let's go ahead and finish our embellishments for the front of our everybody doing well? Let me know if you're having trouble getting it on. We don't want to get ahead of anybody too much. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take, if I can find it, I'm looking for a, let's see, what is this? Light, no, that's light soft suede. I'm just going to take my ivory. Okay, what I did here for my cup is I used the light crumb cake just to kind of make it a different color that would set it off from the lid. I'm going to use the ivory here. See how this looks. Oh, this looks nice too. Just gives it a little more color, but still stays neutral, but helps to show off the lid a little bit. So you can use any of your blends or none of your blends if you just want to keep that white. All right. Then you'll notice I also stamped the cup on a piece of the paper that goes with the toile. You guys, I don't have it out. Let me go run and get that one. That is the press-on stamp set. This has been a big go-to for all of my coffee gifts. Okay, so we're using this stamp here. Also, that other little goodie that I put into your packets with the smaller coffee, I will be doing a YouTube on that one next week. But I really like that one too. It's so, with the smaller tube as well. All right, so what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna take my scissors and I'm just gonna cut out the band from this image, the wrap, whatever you call it. I'm not a big coffee drinker, so I think it might be the wrap. We'll go with the wrap. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take a little bit of Tombow and I'm going to put that right here directly onto my cup that is on my Very Vanilla. Isn't that so cute? Oh my goodness. I just can't stand this press-on set. It's so cute. All right, so then I line that up pretty well. And then I just had to put a heart on because I can. And I'm gonna go ahead, I punch that out of, with using a mini heart punch. And I'm just gonna go ahead and adhere that to the front of the cup. So cute. All right, now I'm gonna fussy cut my cup out. But I won't be fussy, because if I was, one of you might tell Dory and I'd get in trouble, because she doesn't like if I'm fussy when I'm fussy cutting. But this is a pretty easy thing to cut out, so it's not too big of a fuss. All right. All right, there I go. Okay, so that should be what yours looks like once you got it all together. Let me know if you're doing okay, following along all right. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use some dimensionals and I'm going to go ahead and put my cup right in the center of my crumb cake stitch circle from my stitched shape dies that I use all the time. And there's that. Now for this, I'm going to now turn this over. And this is a little tip. You're going to want to put your dimensionals just along the middle, like that. Because you're going to notice that the surface of your, the surface of your little pouch is rounded. So if you put it like that, then your circle will be a little rounded, and I just like the way that it stands up. I mean, that's up to you if you want to put the dimensionals on the ends too, but I just put them right down the middle so that the sides kind of stand up and it stays kind of even. Okay, so I'm going to put him right there. Okay, so there we go. Last thing we need to do is this strip here. I think, let me see, did I write down this? I did not. Let's see. This is 3 inches by 1/2 inch. Okay. Then I'm just going to take my scissors, but you can also take your tailored label punch. And you can get your little tail for your sentiment. Then the way I put this on the bag and found that it was the best is I put a dimensional way at the end of the tag, and then I put it right there like that. So that's kind of where they're going to grab when they pull it out. And then I had to finish it off with this beautiful ribbon with the metallic edge. Just love this. So I'm going to grab my glue dots and put that right there on the glue dot. Grab my pick tool, and then I will stick that right down there on the end of the banner there. So that's it. How quick and easy that is to make. Just love that. I have so many friends that are lovers of coffee that would just go crazy for something like this. So I just thought this was a great little treat for anyone. I'm trying to think. I got it at Target, and I think there might have been 5 of them in a box. I actually got the first box at Target and then ended up getting the rest of them on Amazon because I've become an Amazon addict. But really cute and very simple. Let me know if you have any questions about any of that. Be glad to help you out. All right, I want to go ahead and show you, let me see. I want to go ahead and show you some other projects I've been working on. Some I've already done YouTube videos on, some not. Now I wanted to show you, here is a Christmas version of the little, here it is, let me take it off here. Ooh, you got stuck. Okay, this is like the one that you got in your packet with your little goodie. This is a Christmas one. The ones I did for you weren't necessarily Christmas, but this is a Christmas edition of the one I gave you, and I am going to be doing a demonstration of this one within the next 2 weeks on my YouTube channel. So that will be coming up. Of course, I had to use my Trimming the Town. All right, and I did want to remind Deb Noss that I do have your little poinsettia clutch here from participating in the Slimline Card Challenge. I need to get this to you, okay? And if you need a video tutorial for this one, this is also on YouTube already. Let's see, what else do I have here? This is one that I made as well with the coffee, using the little K-cup. And I used the plaid paper for this one and some of the little bells. But this was a fun one to make. That one I think is already on YouTube as well. Let's see. This is something that I gave to all my participants in the Christmas cards. Okay, this is a little hot cocoa mix, a little bag of marshmallows, and then I use that cup. I'm getting a lot of use out of that little cup. Yep. Best Buy. That is from the Press On. But I know there's others that you might have, but this is Press On. And then a little something for you from Banner Years. Okay, and then a little bit of the polka dot tulle ribbon. Let's see. Just a couple other things here. I made these last week for my tutorial. This is a little to-do list, Christmas to-do list. Just a little notepad inside, and then it has a magnetic closure on it. So that is already on my YouTube channel as well. Let's see what else. Oh, here's a new one. This one I haven't put on yet. Here is some little Santa Claus chocolates. And then I use the buffalo check from the plaid tidings stack. And some of the real red ribbon. And then I use the tree punch for that. And I'm trying to think where the Be Merry was. Oh, I'll have to get back to you on that. But I will be demonstrating this one in the next couple of weeks. But I love this one. I got the little Santa Clauses on Amazon. And I got this idea from Marissa, her kitchen table stamper. I just think it's an adorable idea. A great little stocking stuffer. Or a little gift for somebody. I can, if you would like me, I could show you the link that I got the Santa Clauses on Amazon, but they're adorable. There's red and gold and green Santas. So yeah, that's that one. Let me see, I have a couple of other colors. Here's with the a more Christmas type plaid. But very simple, just a piece of cardstock. I cut out the sides with a small circle punch, and then I just kind of put the ribbon around. Very, very simple. The tree, yes, that is, I think that is actually in the, let me look. I'll be right there, Cheryl. I think it's in the big catalog, but I have it right here. I can show you. It comes with a tree punch. Oh dear. Hold on. I'm looking. Now I'm looking for the set. Perfectly flat. Yep, I found it. I'm coming. Okay. This is the Perfectly Plaid. This is the stamp set. And then it has the tree punch that goes with it. And what I did is, for these little three-dimensional trees, I punched out 3 trees and then glued them together, folded them in half and glued them together to give it a 3D look there. But I will definitely do a tutorial for these, gang. Within the next 2 weeks, I'll be doing the Santa one. Okay, I think that's all I have for this evening. Thank you so much for joining me. Dory is for our coffee and cards this week. We're actually going to be doing a couple of projects, well actually 3 projects from the Curvy Celebrations. And then for Stamp of the Month, we're going to bring in the Snowflake Splendor. We're going to go ahead and make a slimline card with the envelope. And we're going to make that card there a little more country. And then Dory will have a project as well. So those are the next 2 classes coming. We have the Cards and Coffee and the Stamp of the Month. Anybody have any questions on any of the stuff we've talked about? Lots I've talked about. Okay. It's great to see you, Marie. We're glad we could finally catch up and have you along with us on our live cast tonight. Thank you everyone for joining. I appreciate you so much. Last thing I want to talk about, I'm glad I thought of this. You'll notice at the bottom of the paper here, I talked about Dory and I planning to have a December meeting together. Well, we've already met and talked. We didn't actually meet. We did a FaceTime. And our next meeting is going to be December 7th. It's a Monday night at 6:30. And it's going to be everyone on Dory's team and everyone on my team, which is everybody on Dory's team. So we're all going to meet together for that December meeting. So if you can mark on your calendar or just mark on your paper here, it's going to be December 7th. That's a Monday night at 6:30. Okay, we'll probably make an event page and make sure that everyone gets an invite for that. Alrighty. If you have any questions about any of the projects I've talked about today, please don't hesitate to call or text or whatever is your favorite. But thanks for everyone for joining, and have a lovely week. Take care. Bye-bye.